Okay, how many of you say, well, it depends what you mean by winning, or you already feel that you're winning already. You don't actually need to, craft anything more because you're already winning the internet. How many of you can confidently say you're doing that right now? Or if you're not feeling the winning thing, what's your definition of winning? Because I want to quantify this. Every time you see anyone that gives you a a hook, I will call it hook, all right, a title like this, they say, save money lah, cut short your time lah. But you can you quantify how much you intend to save or how much you want to win on the internet? All right. So how to win on the internet for your brand or for yourself? Okay, now you can try to take my what I share today to use it for your brand if you already have a brand, or you're starting out in your business. You just say, you do it for your business. Okay, maybe you're at the beginning stage, no brand yet, even the logo, I also just simply get my AI tool to generate a logo for me. Wow, now very advanced already. Okay, or maybe I don't use AI tool yet. Okay, I use something called Canva, and then Canva inside there there's something called logo templates, right? So I go and look for a logo template there. I just simply take change some color, ta-da! I have a logo already. Okay, so that's not brand, that is just half of a brand. All right, but you are one step closer to have something that people can remember you by. All right, but today is more about how to align what you're doing. Okay, you might be at a stage where you're experimenting on it. I don't really know where I want to be because I don't know who likes my content. All right, or maybe some of you are actually saying, hey, I don't know where exactly I want to be, or I don't know whether I should settle to one social media or just continue doing multiple social media, all right, until something hits. All right, maybe you are in that kind of crossroad because I know I've been there. When I was working working for my own brand, White Coconut Gaming, that was exactly the thing. My intention was different lah. Okay, if you ask me what was my objective is just simply to learn. It's like, okay, there's so many social media out there. There's so many different specific groups of gaming people out there. Who are they? That's it. I just wanted to learn what they actually do on this each and every different social media. That's it. That was my only intention. I didn't even dare to think about getting leads. Yeah. I don't even dare to think about getting likes, even comments. All I wanted to do was being able to produce some content that probably has my logo on it and something that I created myself. That's it. Very, very honest goal. Nothing, I don't think so much. Just work on your skill. Yeah, and then I've been doing that for about 1 or 2 years. Then only I start to see results. Yeah, so any one of you who are just starting out, want to start out, I just give you some reality check lah. And it's not like how you see so many people like, instant fame and stuff like that. There are some people who are like me, slow and steady. So if you want to win the internet, make sure you have the skills first. Right? Basic skills, how to post something, how to take photo, how to do video, how to edit stuff. That's really, really basics. All right. I mean, it might be already something that you do already from day to day. But when you want to put yourself socially out there as a brand or yourself, oh, this one have to do research. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have to do research. Okay. Now, some people say, hey, now got AI too, ma. I don't need to spend so much time to do research, right? Okay. Now, be honest with me. How many of you, since there is something called AI tools, all right, and you are hooked? Nowadays, I don't think about strategy anymore. I just go and ask AI, what should I do next? And AI tools is a double-edged sword. It can actually make you out of focus even easier because AI is going to show you things that you have never considered before. It's like, hey, how come I never thought about this? Yeah. Yes, okay. So some people very scared of using AI tools to outline your social media strategy because it has the potential to distract you. Yeah, I'm going to go anti-AI tool today. Wow, anti-AI tool. No lah, okay, I'm just trying to remind you guys that you are the human. People want to interact with the human, not the AI tool. All right, so take control of what you get from the AI tool. Pick and choose which one you focus on. Okay, of course, I'm not going to argue with you if you have the money to hire people to execute your strategy lah. That one is different story already. But for those of you who is own brand, one person, social media person, okay, or solo, not hiring anyone, not outsourcing, semua buat sendiri person, be careful. Be careful. It's very easy to tersasar or lari tajo or you know, suddenly become off topic because you want to try everything. Okay, yeah, try to control a bit. There is strategy. You are allowed to change your strategy, but not too abruptly. Yeah, too many choices are lost in translation. Yes, definitely. Okay, robot cannot translate human emotion. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so you spend a lot of time thinking how to translate this. That something my audience will like, will understand. Okay, it's a never ending discussion about this. All right, so let's get back. Okay, if you in case you haven't or you've forgotten your basics because you're so busy with the day-to-day work, posting content, posting. All right, and some of you might have started your social media like 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Now you probably did not check the latest statistics on your favorite or not so favorite media platform. Let me ask you lah, when was the last time you check official information or any write-ups regarding particular social media on the internet? Last year? End of last year? Beginning of this year? Middle of this year? Or today starts? So have to prepare for next year. I mean, it's never too late, yeah, just to start today. Because in the last 2 years, right, because we went through so many calamity. I want to say calamity because it's really a real disaster. It's like human-wise, a lot of people lost job, a lot of people changed career, a lot of people, their career trajectory already, wow, don't know go where. Or originally hotelier, now become mama, fried mee hoon person. All right, so it's throwing our lives off balance. And social media platforms are just like commercial companies. They also feel the earthquake. All right, they also see that their demographic change quite a bit because of all these real world human calamities. So some of them have actually introduced a lot of new features on their platform. Some of which that you probably never really keep track because you're not that active on that platform. Yeah, so this is point number one. Yeah, so don't forgo a platform simply because it doesn't do what you want it to do at the beginning. Right, like me, I think I remember I don't really post on YouTube. A lot of times, right? I'm doing white coconut gaming. I'm from a gaming niche. The way I post, you know, announcement about my game reviews or whatever, usually I do it on, well, Facebook lah. All right, so it's simple, easy, and normal. So it was only after I started my YouTube channel that I considered, hey, you know, actually YouTube, how do I announce things that I posted on YouTube? Do I still do it back on Facebook or not? And then what do you know? After 2 months, they tell us that, hey, as long as you are a YouTuber, you actually get access to a very special tab called Communities. And it's now available for people who are not even having 1,000 subscribers. You know, on and off is like that. But how do I know about this so fast? Because only after I started doing content on YouTube. Yeah, so you might not be following the features that are released on certain platforms unless it's really some very highly anticipated feature lah. Correct or not? But like YouTube, in the case of YouTube, actually the community tab, right, it's already there, but only for specific group of creators. Yeah, it's only for creators who already have a YouTube partnership. Yeah, so yeah, things like that probably will caught you off guard. or probably you are thinking, okay, like, I'll consider this later, but your later never arrived. Anyone feel this way? Yeah, I always say, okay, let's try this later. But your later, right? 2-3 weeks don't know until you do a quarterly review on what's happening on your social media. Yes, Nadira well said. The tomorrow, the tomorrow thing, okay. It's not an excuse, but it's just something that we tell our mind that, okay lah, interesting, but let me finish what I'm supposed to finish today. All right, so it's already the year end. It's already it's actually a very good idea to start looking into what you actually have or don't have, and how you can realign your strategy, especially nowadays when you have more and more format that is readily available and can be reused across different platforms. Yeah, so the really basic things comes to, is your ideal audience there or not? Or do you want to try something new to capture a new market or not? Now again, this is just some information from a very, very recent article. I provided links inside the slide as well. Of course, after this talk, you can actually try to get a copy of this slide from Jane Nadira. All right, but I'm just going to highlight a few key things that I observed from this very interesting article I read that actually is quite point on. All right, okay. So platform-wise, okay, I think some of you may agree with what you're seeing right here. This is just a very quick summary of popular platforms that people are more inclined to be on today. All right. Now you might notice Snapchat is there, but Snapchat, due to privacy concerns, okay, it's not that popularly used in Malaysia. Yeah, because it's like it's very location-based kind of social media. The moment you post something, actually people know exactly where you are if you don't take care of this something. Yeah, so you'll find that locally, not many people are actually on Snapchat. Right? Locally, most people prefer TikTok because TikTok's entertainment factor is much more stronger. Yeah, all right. So again, another big news that happened today was not today, this year, was our dear Bluebird Twitter has become two horizontal lines crossed together, X. Yeah, all right. Now, if you ask me, right, X actually has been losing a lot of advertisers. The latest ones was, I think Disney also pulled out their AMP from Twitter. And despite what people say, oh, platforms like Twitter or X, all right, will never go down. But it does seem possible now. That means, if they don't have enough advertisers to upkeep their servers or the activity that's going on X, they might actually need to change their business positioning. They might actually stop becoming a readily available social media platform. When I say readily available, means anyone can start a platform start a channel or a profile on that platform. Yeah, all right. Now, I think X also wants you to pay money, right? Yeah, so it's not so straightforward anymore. All right. Okay. So yes, the strongest platforms we still have now is really Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Okay, now how many of you are actually, how I say, from B2B? That means you want to attract business people or businesses. Anyone? We say now selling to consumers are very tough because it's like the competition. It's like in order to sell to one person, you have to compete with 100 other brands. All right, that's consumer. It's normal. And on social media is worse because people have choices. All right, the only thing that's stopping them from abandoning your brand actually is the fact that whether they are able to buy the item or not. So it's like, of course, you have to do plus, means other than making sure that you are visible on Facebook, you are also visible on popular marketplaces. This is consumer market. But anybody here is doing B2B? Yeah, Nadira is also making a very good point. Actually, if you're doing freelance, then you are actually doing B2B. That means business to business. Jeffrey says supposed to. Okay, suppose you are readily you are readily and mentally ready to adapt if necessary, right? Okay, so I like the way you answer this, very diplomatic. All right, it's like I'm ready to change and adapt if really, well, businesses prefer to outsource it to another person, then what to do, right? Just grab whatever opportunity we get. It's true. Social media is called social media because you can connect. You can connect to many, many different people. All right. So this is a very summary of what kind of content you can do, and also some strategies that is used for this kind of particular platform. So look at your own business niche. What kind of business are you doing? If your business is more content driven, then of course you want to make sure that your brand exists, or you have a portfolio built on certain social media platforms. For those of you who are freelancers doing B2B, that means you are actually mini agencies. Like, for example, okay, I write content for people. Very easy, simple. Okay, I'm just an online copywriter. I help people maintain social media, right? So look at your target audience. If you want to focus more on helping people maintaining Facebook page, then of course you need to be on Facebook. Yeah, so this is quite direct conclusion strategy to do if you are doing a freelancing job. Okay, because you are a person who helps people to get things done on a certain platform. Obvious, right? It's obvious. Now, another way people look at social media, where should I be on? Where should I put my brand on, or where should I be visible on, is to the fact that what content you are good at. Yeah, so if all this while you are pretty good at writing, you might want to double up or repost or even repurpose your content in different platforms. So I would say, if you ask me, which platform actually has people who read more, I would say Facebook is good and LinkedIn is good. All right, these two platforms are really good for those of you who love to write. Of course, I would have to say that sometimes it takes a different writing style to attract people. But still, if you are really good at writing, this is not a problem. All right, you just need to understand who exactly is on Facebook, who is exactly on LinkedIn. What do they think? What do they want? All right, and what attracts them? Simple enough. Videos, same thing also. We're talking about long form videos, short form videos. Okay, so some people do say that actually making long form videos is quite different from making short form videos. All right, and these two are frequently not mentioned together. But again, adaptability of your content. If all this time you are really good at producing long form content, like for example online tutorials, I use YouTube to teach people how to do certain things. On the average, my video is about 4 to 5 minutes. You're not even looking to monetize on YouTube, but it's just that my business is to teach people how to repair aircon, or help people to do repair aircon. So sometimes I just share simple tips like, aircon filter you can wash yourself one. So I do one video for different aircon brands, maybe one of the top 5 aircon brands in Malaysia. I do one video for each one of it. So technically I have 5 sort of long form videos. Anything more than 1 minute is considered long form. If you want some clarification. Anything more than 1 minute is considered long form already. Okay, today's world, these people, right, is very accustomed with short form videos that is 15 seconds to 1 minute. But if it's more than 1 minute, you can call yourself long form video or semi long form. All right. So yeah, clean aircon and whatever you post it on YouTube, and you might want to adopt another sub platform, like for example Twitter or even Instagram Reels, to promote your content. That's a different kind of strategy, more suitable for people who are already really good at creating long form content. In this case, when I say your content is all hosted on YouTube, then you are a video kind of creator. Yeah. Now, those of you bloggers, your long form content is actually your articles. And most of the time, your articles are actually packed in the website. So how do you promote your articles? Now, if you're doing business writing, okay, that means your blogs is all business driven. It's a very intense kind of article, very well researched articles. All right, what you can do is you can adopt platforms like Medium, all these aggregation platforms that actually allows you to put a shorter, smaller version of the content and just let people know that, hey, you know, I'm a writer, I have interesting stuff to read more on my website. Right? So if you're doing more professional one, then you might have a smaller or shorter version of your article and put it on LinkedIn. And you can double up your strategy as a personal blogger. You build your personal branding on LinkedIn itself. This one is for professional kind of writing. So if you're doing casual writing and you belong to a certain niche, right? So like for example, you're doing casual writing, but you are actually targeting, you know, people who are interested in certain kind of products like fashion, health, sports, all right? And yeah, and people do read, okay, on certain tips on how to eat well, diet, food, all right? You can actually adopt something more visual to complement your article. So again, look at your strategy in terms of the content angle, all right? Which one would you actually be beneficial to what you already have? So those of you who have actually attended my last week's talk about SWOT, yeah, your strength, your weakness, opportunity, and threats, right? So you can do that as well. You can use that SWOT strategy. Just sit down, draw that 4 boxes, and then just figure out where exactly is your strength. All right. When you say you are good at writing, what kind of writing that you prefer to do? This one is again content creator approach. For those of you who are in business, look at what your industry is. Are you able to produce certain kinds of content? And where should you exist so that you can make full impact on that particular platform with your content? All social media platforms here, they want your content. That's it. They don't care about your business. I know it's very blunt truth, yeah, but it is. Social media marketing platforms, they don't care about your business. You are the one that has to produce content to attract business, to attract audience, or to attract an audience to give you business. Yeah. So yes. Okay. Now you can take note of the cons column if you're not sure. All right. Despite what people say and all the numbers that goes out there, sometimes experiencing the platform itself, all right, can be very helpful. That means if you're always on Facebook, you probably know that, yeah, these Facebook people, right, when they get triggered very fast. Yeah. And you have also spent quite some time on LinkedIn and say, okay, LinkedIn people more rational thinking. All right. If you make sense, you might actually get a reaction on your writing. And people actually do read from the start to the end of your written post. All right. So again, measuring your impact is very important. Measuring the engagement that you get on each platform is important. But there are some truths that cannot run away. Like for example, okay, you want to do something on YouTube, but you're not very good at making videos. Definitely, it's confirmed you're not going to achieve success that fast unless you work on that particular skill to tap on the advantage of that platform. Yeah. So you can look at the cons column, okay, and assess against your business which one is more suitable for you, strategically speaking. All right. SWOT. Okay, now the most popular social media platforms for marketers in 2023. We're already approaching the end of 2023. So most people still want to do things, marketing on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So you can see there's a significant drop for Twitter. Last time, Twitter used to be next to Instagram. Yeah, and higher than LinkedIn. So you can see the drop is quite significant. Yeah, so yes, readapt your strategy. Those of you who have been on LinkedIn before, you will know that 3 or 4 years ago, before Elon Musk actually bought over Twitter, LinkedIn and Twitter, right, is actually very kamching one. It's good friends. They work together because every time you post something on LinkedIn, right, you can actually tweet your post on Twitter. That was a very long time ago. And when Elon Musk decided to buy over Twitter, the first thing that he did was to cut off all integrations with other social media. That's why nowadays you can see LinkedIn, right? There's no more share to Twitter. In fact, if you have a LinkedIn account and you go into LinkedIn and you try to connect to your personal Twitter account, you can't do it anymore. It's very weird. Integration sucks. All right. So yes, Twitter, lack of a better word, they are losing user base very fast, especially the professional ones. But still, if you're using Twitter or X platform to cater for a very special niche that you grow your community there is still value. I'm just saying that if you are professional and you want to connect to other professionals on Twitter, a lot of them are starting to move or jump ship to threads. Very slow, but slow and steady, we say. All right, as more and more their followers are actually more active on threads, I believe most of these professional people will also start to be more active on threads. In fact, I've seen quite a few local influencers. They used to be very active on Twitter, but they also start to part. Okay, maybe 10 content that is on Twitter, but 8 of that content is actually on threads. Just to keep testing the market and see the shift, whether it's real or not for them. All right. So those of you who want to try this, okay, you want to start monitoring, this is a side project for you. All right. Those of you who are used to be active on Twitter and you're not sure lah, it's never a bad time to start testing now. All right. Twitter is by far one of the most engaging platforms that you can be on. It's very fast to test whether your audience is there or not, or people are actually adding you or following you or not. Of course, you have to be active on both platforms equally to have a very good basis of comparison. All right. But again, learn from our local influencer, I think Cheddy, Ceddy. Yeah, so he is actually doing, perfume, and yeah, he does sell products, okay, but he's also influencing. All right. And yeah, so he's splitting his content. He actually copies the same content on 2 platforms, and I believe he's testing. He's testing his number of likes, his engagement timing. All right, and I'm sure he already by now he already has a lot of data to decide whether he wants to pull out from Twitter or not. Yeah. Okay. So just to show you what our local influencers are shifting towards. I was also surprised when I see him. Why a bit more active on threads nowadays? All right. So it's like, okay. All right. Something is on there. Maybe he found something there. All right, that can really drive sales. Maybe he found better conversion there. Again, you don't know until you try. Yeah. All right. Anybody here doing TikTok? TikTok has already been around since last year. So TikTok shop is like, woo, yay. Everybody jump to TikTok shop. How many of you are actually on TikTok shop and managed to survive 1 year? No TikTok shop people, or you only shop, but you don't maintain the shop. Okay. Do you like do the affiliate marketing thing on TikTok? I mean, if you plan to create things on TikTok, introduce products, you might want to actually try the affiliate program. Start simple something that you already own, and you just start look around and see whether there's anyone else also selling the same product now. Try it, but didn't work for you. Oh, that's so sad. Why? Because content or the money too small. You focus more on Shopee affiliate lah. Okay, many reasons. Yeah, maybe locally TikTok shop audience don't like our content. You're not the only one. Me too. All right. I discovered on TikTok, the moment I start to speak Malay in my TikTok videos, I actually get more engagement. If my subtitles are all in English, I speak English, the engagement level maybe 20% only. Yeah, it's sad but true. TikTok platform is already the algorithm is already siding the Malay audience more. This one you don't know until you test it. Which is why a lot of times when you go to TikTok, right, even the seller is Chinese or not Malay, they also speak Malay because the video algorithm actually detects what language the person is speaking. Yeah, so up to you. If your strategy does not include adapting your content to a different audience, then sometimes it's a waste of time. I have to say this because a lot of people are on, wow, for the sake of getting that audience, or oh, I sacrifice, the quality of my video just because I want to translate to a different language. But once they started doing it, right, they feel burnt out. They feel like, wow, cannot lah, I spend more time translating the content than creating the original concept. Yes, this is a real world problem. It's already happening now, even for local brands, yeah. So that's why nowadays a lot of Malay influencers, our gig workers. So as long as you speak natively Malay, it's more natural for you to make videos. And in fact, a lot of TikTok sellers, right, TikTok shop sellers, right, actually TikTok itself actually has a platform for you to link up to different influencers. So if you don't have the resource to actually create Malay speaking videos or with a Malay face, you can actually outsource it, or you can invite TikTok influencers to be part of your campaign. You can set it up everything within the TikTok shop or TikTok seller center itself. All right. Second thing, if you are selling on TikTok, for the last 6 months, because I have an account, although I don't sell anything, but I do keep track of what the policy changes. Oh, last time when TikTok first started, TikTok shop and stuff like that, I think it's just April this year, right? Or April last year, I can't remember. Their rules, if you are very smart, you can still work around their rules, except for makanan tak halal. Non-halal thing you cannot sell on TikTok. This one definitely for sure. But actually, there's a lot of sub items, right? You cannot openly advertise on Facebook, but can sell on TikTok. One of them is actually a weight loss product or weight loss supplement. Yeah, so people were happy selling this kind of product until last month. Yeah, last month, okay, they decided to put out this policy and say, okay, no such thing you can sell on TikTok anymore. You cannot even sell vape on TikTok anymore. All right, so they're clamping down on certain products. In fact, they are actually forcing sellers to remove that product from their shop before a certain deadline. So yes, it's a good idea to investigate first how fast the platform or how mature the platform is if you intend to use the shop feature on the platform. Another update, Facebook does not have Facebook shop anymore. Yes, unfortunately, we are one of the countries that Facebook decided that the penetration rate for Facebook shop is so low that it's not worth maintaining the feature for Malaysia. Yeah, so any of you doing e-commerce, I hope you don't rely too much on Shopee or Lazada and have your own e-commerce site. Strategy. Okay. All right. So Facebook is the most popular social media platform if you're doing local marketing. Means, well, if you have Google My Business, usually there should be a Facebook page to supplement your Google My Business account. Google My Business is something that you normally create with Google, and it will appear every time a person look for your location. So if you are a physical location, definitely Google My Business must have, Facebook must have. All right, two things. Okay, so your description, category, everything must put in there. Hours and photos, call to action, and reviews. Now, a lot of people, they are struggling. Why I say struggling is because, should I do Facebook review more, or should I do Google My Business Google review more? Which one you think people will usually see? People will believe Google review more, or people will believe Facebook review more? I want to do some, research lah. Okay, do some survey. When you see a review lah, you believe the Facebook one, or you trust the Facebook review more, or you trust the Google review more? Okay, so we got 3 people answer here. Again, not conclusive, but looking at the pool of people that we have in today's class, it's a lot. Okay, it's already more than 50%. close to 50%. Okay, yeah, because I agree also. I will also trust a Google review. Yeah, because Facebook is already too infamous for keyboard warriors or Karens, especially in Malaysia lah. Malaysia is already in such a way that we have successfully allowed keyboard warriors to do whatever they want. And Facebook is not exactly moderating the content. So yeah, it's so easy to be sabotaged by very bad reviews. And there's also fake reviews, correct? Hey, who said Google don't have fake reviews? Google also got fake Google reviews. But this one I have to tell you, advantage on Google. Google actually does clean up fake reviews. Yeah, I've been following groups that manages GMB account, or now they call it a Google Business Profile. Okay, GBP, there's a new name. Google My Business is the old name. Now the new name is called Google Business Profile, GBP. Yeah. So they help people manage this one. Okay, so they also say that, if somebody uses a robot or something to pump fake Google reviews, right? Actually, Google is able to tell. Yeah, this is fake reviews from a certain IP, and the frequency of the review dropping compared to the history of the Google reviews that you get. So they do help you clean. But Facebook don't have, Facebook is there, means it's there forever. Now, you guys trust Google review, right? I want to share with you one tip. Okay, so those of you who probably have a physical storefront or physical place and you rely on Google review to attract people, make sure your business keywords are inside your Google review. This one is very hard unless you have designed the Google review for people to type it in. Let me give you an example. You are a shop selling char kway teow. Right? When people look for char kway teow, what is the other related keywords that you can think of? Or kway teow goreng lah, if you want the Malay word. But what goes in a kway teow goreng? Okay, some people use short form. Okay, definitely very good. Okay, the word kerang, the word siham, the word noodle also. Yeah, the word tauge also. And then oily or not oily. These are related keywords. Yeah. Wok hey, yes, correct. Okay. Now these keywords, right? If it appears inside your Google review, actually it boosts your searchability. Yes, SEO in Google review. Shopping, you don't know this one also I discovered because I joined this Google My Business group. All right, they were telling me how to optimize your Google My Business. Make sure the keyword is inside there. So how? Well, you have to cleverly suggest to your customers how to write a review for you that has all these keywords. But if it's a genuine review, they will talk about the siham. They will talk about the wok hey. They will talk about whether the char kway teow itself is very oily version or not oily version, or is it fresh, or the ambience is good, very bright, very cooling, nice drinks, or service. If it's a restaurant, definitely people will say, okay, good service, or very easy to get to. Parking, the word parking also tends to be a highlight. And nowadays, Google reviews are very technically advanced also. You can actually choose certain things that you want to highlight. It's not just 1 to 5 points anymore. You can actually choose certain sub attributes to also include in your review. Yeah, can Ooh, okay. So all right. So Cik Nadira, okay, very good recommendation. She has a video on GMB. Okay, so can go YouTube channel and check. All right, but this is more or less some things that you should know lah. Okay, if you are promoting a physical business. Oh yes, away from social media, but again, well, reviews, right? You can't trust Facebook, then what do? You change your strategy. Not necessary social media can work for you. Right? Okay, adapt. All right. Yes, best place for advertising. Okay. Those of you who have attended my class before, I probably mentioned this many times. But Facebook is good for demographic and interest advertising, targeting in particular. All right, Google is still good if you want to make sales using intent keywords. All right, this one goes without saying. But of course, the price will be different. All right, but for awareness, I think Facebook is really good because, well, judging from most people that I know, they browse Facebook like multiple times a day. So even if you run ads, right, meant for just 1 week, just to tell people to follow your Facebook page, or just to tell people to engage with your posts, you get quite good results simply because they actually visit the platform a lot. And this one is for C-level people. C-level people. Now, if you are doing B2B, small business, right? Small businesses, they tend to have a Facebook page. All right, so you can actually find a lot of them there also. Now, business people usually they join something like a business groups. Okay, and there's a lot of them on Facebook. All right, so you might want to adopt a little bit of community building strategy if you want to attract small businesses. Yeah, so if you think about it, if you are running a small business, you would want to have a little bit of support or get connected. And sometimes LinkedIn is too serious for your business. All right, you're too small for LinkedIn. All right, or your business is just too simple. It's not a professional business, but it's just something for me to get by. I do tailor or do some fashion thing, or I'm a custom made jewelry person. Can you imagine you existing on LinkedIn as a custom jewelry maker? Cannot, right? So yeah, but still, you can find these people in art groups, handmade enthusiast groups. They usually are there. Yeah, so strategy wise, you have to go deep into their community. Now, those of you who are looking for what is the CPC cost today in the Facebook industry? This is the latest article I can find. This is November 28, 2023. All right, and I'm not sure whether this number is based on US or not, but I guess you can take it as reference if you want to. Yes, the link is inside the slides. If this is important for you, make sure you get the slides. Yeah, it's a good idea to know what is the CPC. I think they did comparison also between this year's CPC and last year. All right, so that you can probably plan whether you want to run ads or not. Okay, community relationship building. I mentioned this before, and the most popular industries on Facebook: hobby and fitness, jobs and education. Yes, but for the C-level, means people who are just getting started in new jobs or small executive level jobs, not managerial. Anything that is managerial level or chief executive or director level, go to LinkedIn. Yeah, because that's where the recruiters are. Usually quality people you will find on LinkedIn. But if it's jobs for executive level or even intern level, sometimes you can find opportunities more on Facebook. Right? Education is also same thing, entry level. That means as in people who are likely to want to continue studies to a certain college or even diploma level or degree level. Yeah, so usually you will see the masters and the PhD, okay, being more heavily targeted on LinkedIn. But the general advertising still happens on Facebook. Case in point, if any of you caught the advertisements from Sunway College, yeah, they use AI generated images to run the image, to run the ads, to create the image for the ads. So there was this tiger thing, and then there was this sotong kind of image, and then there's another one with the lion, and there's another one with the elephant. I don't know how many of you actually saw the ad, but yes, because I teach masters, so I actually always get this ad on my Facebook. Yeah, so they've been running this one for about 3 weeks, I think. Yeah, I remember it's a master kind of further study opportunity thing, somewhere college. Yes, okay, so yes, it does work. Yeah, employment and job training, maybe. All right, okay, so but again, test and see whether it works for you or not, because well, especially lower level jobs, I think people are not quite educated enough to actually use LinkedIn. Yeah, all right. Okay, Instagram, Instagram, if you have a visual product, congratulations, go and use Instagram, no need to think 300 times. All right. Facebook people will read, people will want to know where your physical shop is. But if you're just only doing online, then again, you might want to just focus only on Instagram. But take note, when you do advertisement, only placement on Instagram is generally much more expensive than Facebook. 20% more expensive, if I remember correctly. Yeah. But there's a reason. Because Instagram has the higher engagement compared to Facebook. So this is for cost per interaction or cost per engagement ads. Okay, so if you're running ads for engagement, yes, definitely more expensive. But sometimes it's worth it because the conversion is better, right? And of course, some of you are very familiar with influencer marketing. Yes, it's like the birthplace of many influencers. In fact, a lot of influencers that exist today started off on Instagram, but they jumped. Yes, they jump platform also. They start on Instagram. They probably have Twitter. Now Twitter is not doing so good, so they jump to Threads. Okay, yeah. So after doing Threads for a while, then they feel that, hey, I have enough audience that actually inquire what do I actually do for my real job and stuff like that. Okay, they start doing Reels. So they're still trying to keep within the ecosystem of Instagram, Threads, and Reels. Okay, and some of them do take up the courage and also expand a little bit in storytelling. So they started YouTube channel. Yeah, so this is the born from Instagram kind of influencers, Instagrammers. Okay, they actually evolved that way. Yeah, sad but true. Yeah, you can already see the change in how people use the platform, and there are more and more people actually on Instagram now compared to Facebook. Facebook is good for advertising, don't get me wrong, definitely. All right, a lot of awareness can be built on Facebook, but if really people want to connect to your brand, they usually go Instagram and see what you do, or view or have insight what you do. Usually, when people are hesitant to start TikTok, they will stick to Instagram Reels, definitely. So you might find a particular group of audience who are not on TikTok, who are very active on Instagram Reels. Yeah, so they prefer Reels more than anything else because TikTok is just, the algorithm is just too pro Malay content. Okay, yeah, I just share with you, okay, reality. All right, so try on Instagram, travel, beauty, fashion, something that's visual, definitely. Music, photography, food, anything that can be put in a video and portray, then that's great. All right, so yes, size does not matter in reach. Yes, I did say Instagram is a very, very heavy kind of platform. So you keep sharing, you keep hoping new people will actually notice your brand, right? So what tends to happen is people always think that, oh, the more followers, the better I will perform lah, in terms of reach, right? Apparently the algorithm has changed again. Some of you are very active on Instagram. You say, yeah, they change every month one lah. All right, but yes, this is data accumulated from Bazaar Voice. Okay, so they probably do a survey from influencers of different sizes. All right, and this is what they discover. Algorithmically, when you talk about organic reach, this one. All right, so if you are less than 10K, okay, you actually get higher post reach and also higher story reach. So small is good. You don't have to be a few million to get big super reach. Because Instagram still wants to help small Instagrammers. All right, so there's nothing wrong being less than 10K as a business on Instagram. Of course, the exchange here is you need to post more often. One day, 3 posts, or one day, 3 stories, something like that. All right, but plan and you will get results no matter what size you are. This is organic reach, organic reach. Now, those of you rich, got money, budget one, okay, this is nothing lah. Oh, I can always work around this rich problem by paying for ads. Yeah, sure. No problem. I'm not objecting to this, but those of you who are still trying to grow organically, maybe this is good news. All right, it will tell you that, yep, you might actually get some advantage. Okay, when it comes to getting Instagram to, yeah. LinkedIn B2B marketing, definitely your LinkedIn company page must be there. Of course, it might need to be updated. Since it's a year end, you can always start with a have Merry Christmas, or you can start with a roundup post, what happened in the year. It's perfect excuse to actually post something on LinkedIn. Yeah, what you have achieved in the year. Start preparing for that. I know it's only the beginning of December. It's probably too early, but by the time you come up with the copywriting and summarize what has happened in the year for yourself, professionally, or career, or business growth, I think yes, you would have some sort of content or some sort of takeaway that you can share with people who are connected with you. Right? So it depends on your strategy, your tone, your brand voice. If you are an entrepreneur, you want to actually become a KOL, or a person who actually encourages or motivates people to become also business owners, or maybe you want to share your thought process, or maybe some insights in your industry, or you want to become an industry expert. Year end is like the most busiest month for recap kind of articles, or recap, or a summary of events of the year. So that's giving you some ideas, okay? Those of you who want to kickstart your LinkedIn journey, okay? There's no better time than this month. Long form content, okay? Write articles, lots of it. On LinkedIn, you can do something called articles, newsletters, all right? So people can actually subscribe to your articles now. So you got series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that kind of articles. People subscribe to you. You will know that you have a much better quality follower than just the normal followers. Of course, you have to turn on your creator mode on LinkedIn to be able to do this. Again, inspiring and community building content about leadership and core values. This works very well on LinkedIn. Because sometimes people work, they stop, they browse LinkedIn is because they want inspiration. They want to have a break from the hardcore serious stuff. So usually we always say that, how do you keep yourself self-motivated? Yeah. So you go and read what other people write. So this is always a good opportunity to write something about yourself, or something that you believe in, if you really want to do some influencing work on LinkedIn. All right. So again, top rated B2B. Okay, it's always still LinkedIn. Twitter depends on your niche, can be still active, 86%. This was a long time ago, at 2020. Yeah, now it's already end of 2023. You will find that the numbers would have already changed. Yeah, probably less. Okay, so the coming future, I think it will be LinkedIn and Facebook. Yeah, so yeah, if you want to do pairing, probably LinkedIn and Facebook will be the popular combination as for small and medium-sized B2B. All right, popular industries, IT, hospital, health, construction, you know the drill. These people, yep, if you're not on LinkedIn, something is wrong. Okay, all right. Twitter, customer service, and also news. Yeah, so those of you who are news sites, okay, if you're not on Twitter, something is wrong. But we know that the other popular platform that is popular now is Threads. Okay, so it's probably a good idea to also repost your news on Threads, because it can go either way. Yeah, if suddenly Mr. Elon Musk decides to change his strategy and monetize Twitter fully by making people pay for every single thing, including your content, or including for you to put in a link in the Twitter tweet to your website, then that's it. You might suddenly discover that you need to spend more money to do marketing on Twitter or X. That's the volatility of things for the news industry. Yeah, so if you're news media, just to share with you, yep, it will come. It will come. You already started with normal people, or you must have a blue tick to be able to engage with certain people. It has already happened. And they already made changes to the algorithm so that the link to your news article outside of the platform is not so prominent anymore. Yeah, evil. But again, you can't fight against platform owners, yeah. Images, yes. Those of you who just tweet only words, okay, please start including images. Images can tend to get more reshares. You want people to share your tweet, and you know that Twitter is like a very highly engaging platform, then yes, tweet something or share something that has image. Threads tend to work the same because a lot of people from Twitter, they go to threads, they start exhibiting the same behavior of how they share content on Twitter. So there's nothing wrong in modeling after what you have done on Twitter all this while on threads. Yeah. Advertising to males, I don't know why. Okay, but of course this one, according to statistic 70% is male. Now this 70%, whether most of them are professionals or not, I don't know. I have no idea. But it seems that if you try to sell something that is male oriented to, and you need a male market, then yes, definitely Twitter has a very good market for you. Again, do your survey, demographic survey on Twitter for your locality. I'm not going to say that it will work the same for all countries, but yes, please research, please run an ad, or please do some promotion and do a survey. Quickest way to find out, do a survey, all right, or even look at your analytics. Okay, now reasons for using TikTok. This is US and UK TikTok businesses. All right, so most of them want entertainment, want inspiration. So if your business niche is about entertainment and inspiration, then yes, good place for you to be there. Now, one thing about TikTok is you must know how to engage. People are not expecting to discover things only. On TikTok, especially for the younger group, younger demographic, they expect some sort of engagement from you. So that means you as a brand should know how to respond with a video or to be able to engage the audience the way they are engaging with you. Of course, if you allow them to duet or stitch your content, that'd be great. Your engagement will skyrocket very fast. But a lot of brands, when they go on TikTok, they are very careful. They turn off duet, they turn off stitch, because they want to protect how their brand is being talked about on TikTok, which doesn't work, yeah. TikTok is still an engagement platform. People want to reuse your content, talk about you in the way they want to, especially young people. So provide opportunities for people to duet or stitch your video. You'll find that you grow much more faster. All right, so this is just a tip for you guys who are doing brands, big brands, and you probably haven't figured out how to break through into the TikTok audience. And yes, speak Malay. If yeah, if you're doing TikTok targeting audience in Malaysia, yes, Malay, Malay, Malay. All right, okay. So popular industries on TikTok. I think this is not a comprehensive list. All right, but yes, the ones that tend to have higher engagement nowadays is these few. Life hacks and advice can. So even if you're not a business that fits any of this, if you are a person who knows how to talk and knows how to share things like life hacks, advice, recipes, and cooking, you can get famous. Yeah. Just the other day, there was this news about this Malay guy who just graduated from UTEM, and he apparently is a model. He started modeling at 21 years old, and he graduated from his university at 23. Yeah, he went viral for a bit, and then even the brands like GSC and also Rapid KL was actually commenting on his TikTok video, introducing themselves as a possible suitor or something. Yeah. So it was a running joke, but again, he is a visual person, and he just unexpectedly gets so much traction on TikTok. Of course, not to mention that he's 20 something. You can already guess what's the demographic already. So people want to interact with you in a way that they feel comfortable with. And on social media, we always say people connect with people first before they see your brand. You cannot be too salesy on TikTok, which completely goes against a lot of brands who want to insist their brand message stay that way on TikTok. Now you can see the very big gap between brands and also the people on TikTok. So that's why brand voice is very important. You want to be successful on TikTok? Get your brand voice right. Make your brand voice or model your brand voice in such a way that people can interact with you. Which a lot of brands are very hard to do because they probably existed for 100 years already. For them to suddenly change like this is very weird for the older demographic. Very weird. Okay. And brands sometimes they are not fluid. That means they change their brand voice means every channel have to change. All right. So it's not efficient anymore. Yeah. So that's why big brands now create sub brands so that these sub brands can be more fluid, more adaptable on TikTok. Don't be surprised. Sometimes there are some brands that we didn't realize actually the Queen Silver company is a big brand like whatever name. Yeah, so that is how you can try or test a new strategy on the platform that is very unfamiliar or very not compatible with your current brand and try something new. Yeah. Now, I would say please download some reports and look through. Okay. The one that I'm very, I encourage you to do is actually the social media news by generation. It has a lot of information here that I feel really will benefit you. Okay, so let me give you a review. It will tell you Gen Z, Millennials, Gen X, Boomers, what do they actually do on the platform, their patterns and region, how mindful they are. All right, are they going to go away from social media or not? Okay, and let's see. Okay, so let me go scroll down. Okay, so their attitudes. Okay, how does it? Okay, why do they use it? All right, but I think the most interesting is where are they active in? All right, so from time to time, it's a good idea to have a few statistics like this to validate. Okay, moving forward, your strategy, will it work or not? Again, spending a bit more time on research will help you save time in the long run. All right, of course, you have to see where the data coming from. Okay, so you can, they actually quantify, they say outside of China, which can be very big, but you want to further validate this, run your own survey. Yeah, get your own data definitely is more accurate than whatever reports that you see. But sometimes when you feel lost and you do not want to rely too much on AI because, well, our AI tools are trained on data that is probably 1 or 2 years old, it's not going to be current. Yeah, so do remember that. Okay, what else do we know? Okay, targeted ads. Okay, who like what kind of ads? Okay, and also what kind of advertising. Okay, how they prefer to be influenced online, and they are susceptible to influencer recommendations or traditional advertisements, or probably not. They don't like advertisements at all. So boomers, yeah. Traditional advertisements, yeah, still work, right? All right, so now you know, okay, all these grandfather, grandmother on Facebook, they see ads, they get excited. They still will react a little bit. Okay, so again, get the report to get the full story, but this is just a very quick infographic. Okay, so let me just continue this one. Any questions so far? All right. Are you in the news? Kena serious on TikTok? But how the TikTok supposed to have crazy videos, but you cannot? Why? What did you do? Wow. Okay, no wonder you're laying low now lah. You're just waiting for the time to come back up as stronger lah. Okay, now don't give up if suddenly you're gonna hentam by people who are on TikTok. Again, it's not you. It's so happen your audience don't like you. That's it. Oh, you're in the news division. Okay. All right. News sector. Oh, so you're in the news sector. You're trying to do content for TikTok to promote the brand. Okay. See, that's why I say a lot of people cannot figure out TikTok. You have to probably show them some case study of good news channels that are consistent on TikTok. Newspaper. Have you checked what the other news companies are actually doing on TikTok? It no need to be too crazy lah. Maybe the 20% is crazy, but 80% is serious news. Because if I remember correctly, Bernama actually do it in such a way that it's actually a copy of what they share on the Facebook story or Instagram stories. Very subliminal, just 15 seconds. That's it. No storytelling or what. Unless you want to do the what do you think, and then stitch this video and react. This one can. Viral news accident. Yes, you can do that, but very scary. If people just start Twitch or duet, then habis. Maybe for you guys, right, if it's news and you very afraid of backlash, turn off the duet and stitch. If you just want to test. Yeah. All right. So can't do gila crazy trending videos. Oh, not even once in a while. Just create a smaller TikTok account lah, just to do that. Yeah, it's separate from the main brand account. Brand account is, you know, the news site, okay, the one with the serious news. But you do a sub account, smaller TikTok account to do the crazy stuff. See which hits. Maybe you ask the audience kind of question in that small account. Then people will say like, oh, you know, this is like the more fun version of this this particular news site. You know, they can call it the, you know, daily surveys or something like that. Who knows? Okay, if you ask really thought-provoking questions and young people, some of them are very mature, yeah. So they actually stitch your video and they actually say what they want to think. Yeah. Now, if anything go wrong, you can actually close the small account. Yes, it's a controlled way of testing strategy. This one I share to you first. You see whether it works or not. But yes, I understand there are some brands, they don't want to take the risk on their main account. Okay, so brand consistency. 9:17 already. Why time fly so fast? All right, so consistency is key to building brand trust and authority. So very important notes, yeah. Please use a brand style. Now, this one is for those of you who have more than one person managing your social media account. All right, and you probably need to let people know, okay, when you do content for us, make sure you have this style. Or maybe you're a very forgetful person, you don't know how to be consistent. Yeah, you need a checklist to tell you, okay, when you do this, make sure the logo is like this, position is like this. Okay, cannot be too big, too small. It's a personal checklist. You can see that way also. All right. So make sure it's easy to access. Maybe you have a standard SOP when you actually do content for all your channels. I do. Don't laugh. I still do. I have one that is for YouTube channel. I never had one for my Facebook page. But when I started YouTube, I was like saying, what else can I do different? Am I walking the talk? Okay, so I was like, okay, let's do one proper SOP. And yeah, it kind of made me feel a little bit more confident. Yes, it does. One of my SOP is actually having a call to action on the first comment, pinned comment on the YouTube video. And I've been doing that consistently. And actually, yes, I do notice that an uptick of traffic coming from YouTube video to my website. It does work. Yeah, so yes, okay, so you have to have that guideline there to remind yourself, okay, before you post or after you post, make sure you do this. Some people do extreme, they will set an alarm clock. Because sometimes you will schedule your post like sometime in the future, and you and I know that we cannot actually pin a comment until the content is posted. Yeah, so yeah, set alarm, set reminder, whatever. All right, so be mindful when you rebrand. Okay, when you want to change your positioning, change your content type, or even change how you sound. So you might want to anticipate what your audience will say. All right, I remember this happened when I think GSC, I think the main admin went for holiday lah. So for 2 weeks, right, the other admin who was posting on GSC, okay, sounded very, very different. It's not the fun go-to kind of vibe. Yeah, there was one time, I think this was easily 8 months ago, I think. It was very funny because the audience, right, their GSC Facebook page audience, right, they can actually know, that you are not the Ori admin. Where's the Ori admin? Right? So yeah, that happened for about 2 weeks until the original admin came back, and then and everything went back to normal. So, but it was funny. All right, I guess it was an intern or it was something lah, some experiment that they're doing. All right, but yes, it proves a point. Even if you change the person also, sometimes people will know, especially when you're very, very big page. and you have many people who actually comment and read your things. Yeah. So rebranding can mean two things, yeah. The way you write and your colors. Right. So some big brands, right, when they actually launch a new sub brand, they will properly announce it in their main account. And they will let the sub brand to also say something to lead people into the sub brand account. This is the proper way. You just don't announce and then just leave the sub brand like that and go and market yourself. No. It should be two ways. So there's one factor in rebranding that you have to know. Yeah, brand language sometimes is very important. You have to differentiate. You have to know and clearly differentiate yourself and also your sub brand if you have many. All right, so like prepping, if you want to actually do a sub brand for your new site, then yeah, you probably need to plan how you introduce this new sub brand, the purpose. All right, it's an invitation to interact with the sub brand, and how you as a sub brand can start your first line of content to get people to react to you, or maybe to tag something to get the main brand to be sub brand. Okay, whenever there's something relevant that people can share their voice on the sub brand. Just some ideas. Monitor internal branding and culture. This one, I think all of you are Malaysians, you probably know this very well. You will know that certain words cannot be used, certain things cannot appear, right? And in fact, our local authorities also will tell us and advise us to avoid the 3 Rs. So all this, I think, is standard practice whenever we're doing social media. And create content that aligns with your brand. We'll talk about what is alignment of brand content, and maintain consistent voice and tone, and also work with the right influencers. Yes, the last point here, when you are very influencer driven social media marketing kind of environment like Malaysia, it's very easy for the brand to get a bad name because of what one influencer did. Case in point, I think some of you have seen what happened to the big pharmacy, I think, about some video that was created that was very tasteless and probably was not reviewed or not vetted before it was published. So when you work with influencers, again, they're not your staff. They do not report to you, but there's still some rules that you need to set out, and you need to have that safeguard in between so that you can quickly adapt your brand message. You cannot give total freedom. And again, influencers, when they're really desperate, they can really do very interesting things that might really give your brand a wrong idea or give a wrong perception of your brand. It's very sad. Right? And some of this is not a small time influencer, it's a very big influencer. At least in the Chinese community. Yeah, I also don't know. I know this guy existed, his nickname lah, but I didn't know he was so tasteless. Yes, yeah. So yeah, unexpected windfall, a negative type for this influencer. I don't know how he's surviving, but again, influencers, good news, bad news, they win. Brand, bad news, die. Yeah, where's the win-win in this? It's not win-win anymore. It's taking a risk, and you don't want to do that as a brand. All right. So there are some quick examples of brand guidelines. Okay, just in case you want to know, okay, what these big brands are doing good, maybe I can, when I start doing my own brand, I want to start right. Okay, so no more taking logo from some standard template from Canva. Okay, you probably decided that, okay, let's do this seriously, let's do this properly. Okay, let's align things. And summer holiday season coming, you want to take it upon yourself to do it as a personal project, go and learn some skills, go and design your own things. Sure. All right, you want to outsource to people? I'm sorry lah, a lot of them are already going for holiday already, but you can plan things. You can say that, okay, my preferred color is this because it probably has a certain kind of meaning. So we have a little bit of direction before you outsource it to a designer. Okay, but if you want to do it yourself, then these are the few things that you must have. Your color palette, your logo guidelines probably means the size or certain elements in the logo must be obvious, okay? Or maybe when your logo news on t-shirt must look like this or something like that. typography, the fonts that you're planning to use, any illustration or any imagery. That means you probably want to tell yourself, okay, this particular thing, I just want to use a bird logo, but this bird looks too much like a Twitter bird. Don't worry, Twitter already changed their logo, so you won't get sued anymore. But last time it was a very big deal, yeah. Any brand that that uses a logo that looks just 20% similar to the old Twitter Bluebird logo, you can get sued. It was that bad. All right, but now, well, they changed the logo totally already, so it's free for all, huh? And then of course the voice. Now the voice will be relevant when you actually do content, especially on social media. All right, your serious voice, professional voice doesn't need to be too deep, or you don't have to define the grammar. But most of us, we actually tell AI to suggest based on our business niche. But again, you can be different if you dare to be different, not too different. So that means it's like, okay, I'm a trainer. Okay, I do business communications, and almost 80% of business communication trainers sound very serious. Right? Can you be that 20% that is not so serious? I'm not telling you to go crazy and do some funny expressions or what. No, no, no. Maybe just a little bit not so serious. A little bit off. That means a little bit not so ordinary. This one, if you have the courage to do so, please try it. All right, it will make you stand up. Okay, any of this, the components of brand guidelines can and have the ability to make you stand up. So you just have to take advantage of it. All right, so how to create a brand guideline? Okay, you must have a brand story. All right, so what is a brand story? Oh my God. Okay, so brand story is also a brand narrative. Okay, of what you want to talk about. All right, what is your brand is about? If those of you who actually started your own business, you probably know, last time I was trying to find a very good source of lamb. All right, lamb chops. Okay, I just want to make the best plate of lamb chops I can for a weekend meal. All right, so I look high and low. I never find the perfect lamb chop for my recipe. All right, so one fine day, I was a friend who actually owned a farm called me and say, hey, there's a new batch of meat. Okay, and I have heard that you love, lamb chops and stuff like that. Do you want to try the lamb? Okay, so that's where it all started. I started tasting a lot of different kind of lamb chops. I started introducing a lot of lamb recipes. It's your personal experience, how you started the business or how you started the channel. All right, so talking about your own experience is always easier than creating a narrative from nothing. So ask the founder of your company why they started the company. It's much more empathetic, that kind of story. But again, some people just go straight ahead. What is the world's problem and what is the solution I want to do? All right, you can do that also. A lot of startup companies also start like that. But one day you will find that, hey, I'm running out of content to talk about my business. Then you start to look for people to talk about in your business. Then you're still going back to, the people who founded the business in the first place. So why not just start from there? I'm just suggesting. There's a lot of brands that actually started differently. But if you're a small business today, in today's world, most of them will use their own personal story. All right. So how it has evolved, what is the unique value proposition? What is the value and principle that guide your business movement? This one is also very powerful, yeah, especially those of you who want to do something on LinkedIn. Yeah. So LinkedIn, sometimes, okay, you tell yourself, you tell your people, okay, my company does this, and this. But again, when you want to market yourself as a personality of your company, as an owner of your company, you cannot just keep talking about work. Talking about work does not make you an interesting person. Let me repeat that again. Talking about work does not make you an interesting person. You have to talk about something that is softer, something that inspires, something that you feel very strongly about. Hopefully that value is something that resonates with your audience. So knowing that LinkedIn, a lot of people are looking for self-improvement, being inspired, being motivated, and working towards a better future or being a part of community. then you can focus on that kind of values. Or some of you, actually more established companies, usually have vision and mission and core values. Use that. That's how big companies, right? They empower all their staff to be active on LinkedIn without too much supervision. Okay, I'm just sharing some tips that usually I will share to corporate companies. Hashtags, yes, definitely. Okay, hashtags is useful not just for the C groups, yeah. The business to business also can. All right, you just need to be consistent. If you're going to spell your company name like that, please be consistent, spell your company like that. All right, yes, after you rebrand your company, maybe your company name sound a little bit too Chinese. Okay, I change it to a more modern sounding name. Okay, make sure all your staff know what is the new hashtag. I tell you, the communication breakdown is really evident in some companies. It's like, okay, the old staff don't really know what the new staff is doing. The new staff only know the new things. They don't know what's the old history of things. So sometimes you put it in writing in your brand guidelines to tell people, okay, from this day onwards, anything you post online, if it's related or it shows a product in the photo, that company product in the photo, you must use this hashtag. If you post something on Monday, you must use this hashtag. Your post on Monday motivation must have this element. Be explicit. Show example. Two things. Not everyone is very good in writing or LinkedIn, right? You need to show examples. Brand guidelines should always show good example and bad example. Okay, all right. So if I'm sure some of you are probably half and half, or probably about to outsource to other people. Again, you get this done. All right, and you need to tell the person where to focus. Okay, focus on which dates, what kind of content. So calendar of content is very useful. Make sure you have a monthly calendar if you are fast moving goods. If you are e-commerce, you must have a retail calendar. Align your content to your retail initiatives, especially those of you who are doing omni-channel. All right, omni-channel, you have a lot of things going on. Event also have seasonal also have things that is not related to your shopping mall, for example. Okay, also still you have to do something about it because you are part of the people active in this industry. For example, tourism. Do you have a calendar ready for that? Okay, time to get that calendar sorted out, because usually year end is a very good time to go and look for all these new calendars, especially long holiday calendar. Jang, 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 okay. I don't know how many of you actually have friends or whoever who is in tourism industry. You might want to give them a heads up. They probably know lah. Okay, you ask them for this calendar. Okay, the long holidays is when. All right, and plan really interesting content during that long holidays. If they are looking for something casual to watch, give them something casual. Conduct some sort of activities that is very casual, some sort of poll. People can participate when they're relaxed. Something not too serious. If you're doing LinkedIn, then again, a not so serious question during their break can work, or invite them to a luncheon, maybe in a more relaxed setting. People looking to learn in certain times of the year that you don't know, okay, but plan it. Now, plans for audience engagement, of course, very simply as a business. This one is only business, but you can use it for your personal branding as well. Do polls. Ask fun questions, ask serious questions, ask this or that questions. Ask what would you do? ABC questions, okay? And again, put some pictures. Now, some people do polls for the sake of doing contests. Okay, that's like a contest entry, but you have to interact with the stories, get followers very fast, very efficient. But hashtag also do not forget. Make sure you include the hashtags in your stories. Now, do you know that your stories can actually go out to the public as well? Certain stories actually do get featured in the discover page on Instagram. Yeah, when very high engagement stories actually do appear there. Yeah, so again, people like things, and then sometimes it will appear in front of them. You might suddenly find that there are new followers following your Facebook, your Instagram page, Instagram profile. Yes, if you want to do engagement on LinkedIn and you know that people are busy working, where got time to go and play this story thing with you lah, or drop you a comment, also don't have time to type lah. All right, get them in a virtual event and lock them there. No lah, lock them with useful content, okay? So your topic is very important. Look around, see what kind of topic that is trending in the industry. Create an event just to talk about that. It does not need to be too long. Most, on the average, most professional people, they can probably set aside 1 hour only for self-learning online. Okay, if you ask yourself, how long of a time that you're willing to spend on an online meeting, you have your answer already. The most is 1 hour. All right, so if you are planning to share something short, don't do it like me. I already exceeded time, it's 1.5 hours. Bad. Okay, but on LinkedIn, keep it as short as possible, but always create a way for people to drop you a line, follow you, or even follow your content or smaller bits of content until your next live stream. Again, live stream is not something that you can get results in the first live. Do at least 3 or 4. Be consistent about the topics. Do some follow-up based on people's response on your last event. People will be wondering, people will be go to your event and, hey, you know, this person A, B, and C is asking these kind of questions. And the speaker actually said, well, this is a very interesting angle to this whole thing about design thinking. We will probably do a separate topic on that. You know, if any of you guys actually want to join a follow-up talk about this particular segment of ideas, all right, you know, do follow us, all right, and wait for our announcement, or do RSVP right now, you know, or do let us know if you want to be included in the waiting list. You can give proper call to actions if you are very aware of why you're doing the event in the first place. So people usually on LinkedIn go to event to do 2 things: actual network and to learn things. If your topic can resonate between these 2 or do both at the same time, you are successful. You will success. Didn't know LinkedIn got live? God, it has been around for forever. Yeah, but mostly professional topics I can see. You might want to look around. I think there are some community topics also inside there. All right. Responding to comments. This is a new feature on LinkedIn. It's called collaborative articles. All right. So those of you who have not tried this before, you should try it. Now, on the left-hand side here, what are the most effective ways to respond to comments and messages on social media? This is actually AI generated. But the value in these kind of articles is the people on the right-hand side. On the right-hand side, you will see responses from real people answering certain points in this article. It will uplift you as a professional to showcase your expertise or your thought process when it comes to certain points in this particular article. Some people look for localization tips. Some people want to look for a different angle or different perspective to the same topic. All right, they will read. And if they find and agree with what you're writing, you will get a like. I've gotten quite a few. All right. In fact, I actually did a few collaborative article contributions. They call it contributions. And I actually get a top voice in digital marketing. This top voice badge is only for 3 months. Of course, you are expected to continue collaborating on articles. So again, quick wins is a very new feature, only released 2 months ago. So yeah, you know, people like me, faster go and try everything, right? But I feel that this is quite interesting. It can get you LinkedIn followers pretty fast because you're putting yourself out there. You're showing your face. If you have already done your profile very nicely, sometimes yes, I have to say also, some people actually like me because of my title, not because of my face, because of my title or because of what I wrote. Yeah, so make sure your LinkedIn profile is very good already. Then you start contributing or collaborating in articles first. I'm not expecting you to collaborate with people because sometimes, well, your angle is just so different. It's just so hard to find actual real people to collaborate with you on a personal level. So why not collaborate with AI first? Let people see who you are, showcase a little bit what you do, and you probably get some results. Start small and then aim for bigger opportunities. Okay, and I will actually stop here. Okay, but thank you very much for following through until the end. Okay, and I thought I didn't have enough content, but yes, I made it.
Well, thank you, Wani, for tonight's topic. So next week, since Wani mentioned about content, next week is about content repurposing. Next week is with me, content repurposing. So we can register for it. So that's it for tonight. Thank you for staying until the end and have a great evening. Bye-bye.